This is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. I'm Tamika Forbes. In this week's broadcast, Week of Prayer, Evangelism inspires overflowing worship, and students are awarded for their academic achievements. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. For the first time, the Children's and Adolescent Ministries CHARM and Youth Departments of the South Bahamas Conference united for a one-of-a-kind week of prayer under the theme Full Cup, Running on Faith, from October 14th to 18th, 2025 at the New Providence Seventh-day Adventist Church. This collaboration for the two ministries came together under one theme and venue, creating a warm, CAF-style setting that made worship both inviting and unforgettable. Each evening, children and adolescents from various churches, including participants from the family islands such as Crooked Island, Exuma, Andros, and Eleuthera, gathered to worship together with excitement and energy. The nightly Charm Cafe experience was hosted by upcoming favorite storyteller Uncle Mike, who led the children through faith-filled, hot tea-inspired lessons that stirred hearts and imaginations through engaging and interactive props and sermons. To add to the excitement, nightly prizes were given to attendees who all wanted to be victorious for answering the questions correctly throughout the week. The Full Cup Running on Faith experience, whether attending in person or viewing online through the New Providence Church's YouTube page, was a reminder that when God fills our hearts, His love truly runs over. For their version of the Week of Prayer, the Youth Department transformed the Fellowship Hall of New Providence Church into a jazz lounge-style cafe each evening at 6:45 p.m., with a powerful Sabbath finale at 11 a.m. Youth and guests were invited into a soul-refreshing experience of authenticity, creativity, and connection with God. The week featured 5 youth speakers: Charlie Swain, Stanley Fillard, Charlene Frederick, Sir Willard Barr, and Tyler Raman, who courageously tackled relevant themes like burnout, performative Christianity, inner healing, and evangelistic overflow. Their TED-style devotionals connected deeply, especially during Wednesday's Burned Out, Poured Out, What Now? And Thursday's You're Not What You Post, which touched on vulnerability and hidden hurt. Every night, icebreakers, artistic expressions, spoken word, music, instrumentals, and table topics created space for laughter, tears, and testimonies. One of the most celebrated features was the nightly release of original songs based on the messages culminating in a free album download titled Full Cup Cafe Experience Volume 1. As the week progressed, attendees grew steadily, peaking on Sabbath when young people began opening emotionally, praying over each other, and realizing they weren't alone in their struggles. Spiritually, the week ushered in vulnerability, healing, and renewed faith. Socially, it broke barriers between strangers and birthed new friendships. Several youth leaders have already asked for this experience to be repeated monthly, proof that when you offer Jesus in a real and relatable way, the youth respond with overflowing hearts. On October 3rd, the Secondary Division of Bahamas Academy hosted its annual Honors Convocation at the Centerville Seventh-day Adventist Church. The event brought together students, parents, educators, and special guests to recognize the outstanding achievements of the Academy's top scholars. The ceremony opened with a powerful message from Principal Dr. Lavonda Smith, who reminded students that true success comes not just from hard work, but from walking hand in hand with Christ. She urged them to reflect on their academic journey and recognize that faith fuels persistence, which in turn leads to greatness. Delivering the keynote address was esteemed Bahamian educator and spiritual leader T. Milton Lewis. In his speech, Lewis challenged students to be somebody nobody thought you could be. He shared that obstacles, whether rejection or disappointments, are not roadblocks, but setups for comebacks. The heart of the event was the awards presentation, an opportunity to spotlight students' excellence during the 2024-2025 academic year. Students were recognized for qualities that define strong character and academic integrity, good conduct, honesty, school service, and outstanding improvements. Top subject awards celebrated achievements in a wide range of disciplines, from science and agriculture to literature, mathematics, and music. Special honors were reserved for those who excelled in national exams. Students who earned multiple A's and B's in the Bahamas Junior Certificate, BJC, and Bahamas General Certification of Secondary Education, BGCSE, were celebrated for their exceptional performance. We also congratulate the students who received the highest GPA, Zania Alec of the Junior Division and Kushi Kodavadi of the Senior Division.
Keturah Forbes is a 25-year-old optimistic dreamer who loves working in youth ministry. Her love for God and youth led her to pursue an online Bible study ministry in 2023 with her sister Caitlin called Turning the Pages. She also serves as the youth leader at the Centerville Seventh-day Adventist Church. Her hobbies include eating, singing, traveling, reading, sightseeing, working with youth, event planning, and spending time with loved ones. Keturah's favorite verse is Philippians 4, verse 13, because she has come to realize there really are no limitations with God.
When we return, we'll have more on what's coming up in the South Bahamas Conference.
Men of God, are you ready to start pursuing what God has for your life? Join men from across the region for Pursue Righteousness, the South Bahamas Conference Men's Ministry Convention. It will be a powerful weekend designed to equip you to lead with purpose, faith, and conviction. The convention will be held from November 14th to the 16th at Breezes Resort, featuring devotional speaker Pastor Michael Smith and general session presenter Marty Miller. Over 3 days, you will be challenged to pursue a deeper relationship with Christ, pursue excellence in your character and calling, and pursue the man God created you to be. Mark your calendars for November 14th to the 16th for the South Bahamas Conference Men's Ministry Convention.
Welcome back to our Adventist News, and coming up in the South Bahamas Conference. The Maranatha Church continues its evangelistic campaign until November 1st, nightly at 7 p.m., under the theme, God Cares, Earth's Final Crisis, with speaker Pastor Lyndon Williams. Off nights will be Mondays and Fridays. Bahamas Academy Alumni Weekend will be held from October 31st to November 1st, 2025. Come and enjoy a weekend of memories in Bahamas Academy style. The 2025 Pathfinders and Adventures Bible Connection will be held on November 1st, 2025. Come and support your church participant in this faith-building and Bible study initiative. The South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists will host its annual Bible Conference from November 6th to 8th at the Hillview Seventh-day Adventist Church. The speaker for this year's Bible Conference will be Dr. Leslie Pollard of the North American Division. His focus will be on the book of Revelation. Mrs. Pollard will work on management and human resources. Services start at 7 p.m. each evening and the Divine Hour service at 11 a.m. The Bahamas National Youth March, which was scheduled for October 12th, will now take place on November 2nd. This march will begin at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium at 3 p.m. The Atlantic Caribbean Union will hold its second Pathfinder Camporee under the theme Strong Finish. The camp will be held on Grand Cayman Islands from April 1st to 8th, 2026, and will include the 4 territories of the Union, along with other international campers. Contact your local Pathfinder Club director for registration and more information. From November 14th to 16th, join men from across the South Bahamas Conference for the annual Men's Convention under the theme Pursue Righteousness. The convention will be held at Super Club Breezes, Cable Beach, and it will be an impactful weekend of worship, training, fellowship, and great food. Lunch options or a hotel stay are available for the full experience. Register today through your Men's Ministries Director or call 454-0816 or 341-4021. Feel free to visit the South Bahamas Conference website at southbahamasconference.org to receive more information on all our upcoming conference events. There, you can also view a rebroadcast of our Adventist News Update, along with other local programming from our cable channel, ATV 658, and read the weekly logos and the Adventist page from the Nassau Guardian.
Prediabetes is defined by higher than normal blood sugar after eating or fasting. This is oftentimes a result of insulin resistance. Persons with prediabetes are at risk of developing type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. More than 80% of persons who are prediabetic do not know that they are. Early detection and intervention with lifestyle changes can prevent or delay type 2 diabetes and other illnesses. Number 1. Eat more fiber-rich foods such as beans, legumes, and whole grains. This helps you to avoid overeating and the crash of consuming high-sugar foods. 2. Be careful with portion sizes. Make more space on your plate for complex carbs and vegetables and be wary of consuming simple sugars. 3. Consume a healthy amount of water daily. And 4. Get up and go. Exercise is very important to keeping the body healthy and causes the body to convert sugar into energy. This has been Michelle Green with your health tip, courtesy of Adventist Television. And remember, God wants us to prosper and be in good health.
Let's go now to the Adventist News Network with our news feature from around the world.
Nearly 20,000 young people filled Apoteosis Square with celebration, baptisms, and a strong call for mental health awareness. Caracao 2025 caught the attention of local media and is now part of the city's official calendar.
In the heart of Rio de Janeiro, nearly 20,000 young people came together for something greater than just a meeting. This is the second edition of Carioco Exploring Rio, the largest event hosted by the Adventist Church in the state. They arrived from all corners, dressed in uniforms, smiles lighting up their faces, and a sense of purpose in their hearts.
I'm thrilled to be part of Carioco 2025, an event that brings together pathfinders and adventurers right in the heart of Rio de Janeiro. God be praised for this initiative, where boys and girls in their uniforms are expressing their love for Jesus and showing our city that following him is truly worthwhile. We are incredibly proud of this movement, where the new generations are taking the lead and making a difference for the kingdom of God right here in Rio de Janeiro.
The Praça de Apoteos transformed into a vibrant gathering of faith, friendship, and hope. Music served as the universal language that brought generations together. While the styles varied, they all shared a common spirit. Each note and chord resonated with more than just celebration. They embodied faith and commitment.
Well, that's it for our Adventist news from the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. to share what is happening at your church. Please email your news, stories, and upcoming events to sbcadventistnews@gmail.com. To view a rebroadcast of the Adventist News, along with other programming, and to keep in touch with what's happening at our conference, visit our website at southbahamasconference.org. The SBC Media Network's Facebook and Instagram pages are filled with lots of materials from the Communications Department, so you would want to check those out. And remember to subscribe, like, follow, and share. You can watch and listen to programs from our radio station, Word SBC 88.3 FM, and our Adventist television channel, ATV 658. Get updates, insights, and first-hand information from the SBC Media Network as it happens. The programming from ATV 658 can also be viewed on the South Bahamas Conference YouTube channel, so feel free to watch a recap of our Adventist News. On behalf of our production team, it was our pleasure to bring you tonight's news update. I'm Tamika Fox for the South Bahamas Conference Media Network. Have a happy Sabbath.